Hello everyone, Felipe here again here with Dania. Okay, we're going to continue working. We're going to do this full week just with the no gi attacks, and then we're going to move to the gi, okay, working from side control. That's already. Nice to see you everyone. Moving the head sideways, up and down. Circling the head, both sides. On. And the other arm. And hip. Back and forth everyone as well. Okay people, same exercise we've been doing. Floor and bridge 10 times inside. Okay. Hip escape everyone, also 10 times inside. Side, the other side. Third position and back stepping. Also 10 times inside. Everyone pay attention so you can keep the hips above the floor. Again here in the turtle, just switching the base, lifting the right elbow, the right knee, pushing the left leg through, hips all the way down, weight on your elbow. Come back, the same to the other side, pushing my hip through, my foot and my leg and my elbow on the floor. Come back, also 10 times inside, one side, the other side. Moving over the shoulder, back and forth, all the way to the back, either landing on the knee and rolling forward, or landing on the hip, all the way down and forward again. 5 times inside everyone, back and forth. And let's go to the drills. Okay, people. So switching a little bit, now Daniel's doing to me, but it's the same exercise that we've been doing for the past 2 classes. So what I'm going to be doing here is Daniel's controlling here, me here with the crosses. She has a position. For the sake of the exercise, I'm gonna get space here to move my hip and place my shin in front of the hip. She's gonna keep the pressure here on the shoulder. She's gonna let go of the head, elevate her hip, push my leg out of the way, reestablishing her position. And we're gonna keep working from here, okay? I showed this with more details in the previous class, so check it out. But again, I'm going to hip escape, place the shin, she pushes the leg out of the way, reestablish the position, and continue from here, okay? 1.5 minutes on this side, then you switch and do 1.5 minutes on the other side. Same thing, the person on the bottom hip escapes and place the shin, the person on top, let's go off the head, push the knee out of the way, reestablish the side control, and here, in, boom, and out, okay? 1.5 minutes on one side, 1.5 minutes on the other side, and then we're you guys can switch, okay? Whoever's on the bottom, get on top and do the same. Moving forward, people. Okay, everyone, and the other exercise that we've been doing, tomorrow we're gonna start with another transition here, but let's make sure that we have this one tight. So I'm gonna be here on the bottom, Dani is this time on my side, and she's just going to move to the side, to the mount, and then back to the side control. Very important, people, that she already has the grips, so she doesn't want to end up trapped in guard. So she's going to slide over my belly. So she's gonna bring the knee over my belly, the knee on the floor. Now that she's here, she's going to open the foot, and now, without giving me any opportunity to trap the leg, she already has the mount. Before she goes to the side control, she's gonna switch her grips to make sure it cannot move. And doing the same, sliding the foot so I cannot trap her leg. Now she's gonna slide the knee, and she's already in the side control in a really tight position. Okay, so just moving back and forth. Don't let your opponent use the legs to trap the leg. Don't let your opponent come up. So again, Dani's on my side, her knee on my bed. She slides first the knee, then the foot, she has them out. She switches the grip. Now first the foot, then the knee, and she's back on my side. Okay? Doing this for 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever time you want. Just make sure, people, this is actually a position that we don't have to be fast, okay? You guys have the control, take your time, step by step, so your opponent doesn't get any space. Okay, back and forth, then you switch whoever's on the bottom, get on top. Let's go to the position, people. Okay, everyone, so we're going to continue with the Kimura that we did yesterday, right? But we're going to move a little bit further. So a situation that happens sometimes is, I'm going to be here with Daniel. I'm going to attack the Americana that we saw on Tuesday. So I'm going to first extend the leg so I don't lose the pressure. I'm going to go for the Americana. Daniel's going to hide the hand, but this time she hides in front of the hip. Okay? So if the hand is here in front of the hip, for me, it's no longer going to be, no longer going to be able to do yesterday's position. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to bring her up. So I'm going to, again, control her wrist, and I'm going to push her wrist against her belly. Okay, I want to have this control. This arm that I have free, I'm just going to bring under her armpit. Okay, if this was gi, I could grab my own collar. But if we're talking no gi, I just want to bring my hand under her armpit, and I want to keep it tight. So now it is very important, people. I want to move her shoulder. So as I come up, I'm gonna bring Daniel with me, boom, like this. Okay. If I try to come up and then bring her shoulder up, I'm not going to be strong enough, okay? My arms are not strong enough to pull her shoulder to me. So very important that I bring her up together with my body movement so I'm able to actually move her. So we were here, I was trapping her wrist, my arm under her armpit. As I bring myself up, I'm going to bring her shoulder up and I'm going to step here behind her shoulder. Okay, now that I have this control, I'm gonna grab my own wrist just like we did before. I'm gonna connect myself towards the body. I'm gonna pull her arm up and I wanna bring her hand behind her hip. Here, everyone, I already have the submission. So I wanna ask you guys to please be careful from here so you don't hurt your partners. Okay, Kimura is a very delicate submission. So guys, once you already have the hand, your partner's hand behind her hip is already done. So I'm here, I'm slowly driving her hand towards the foot and I'm gonna get the Kimura, okay? I wanna see you guys with healthy shoulders once we can train again. So pay attention to this, okay everyone? So again, just like we were doing on Tuesday, I'm attacking here the Americana, all right? She defends, she extends the arm and she hides her hand here in front of the hip. So here what I want to do is I want to control her wrist and I want to push her wrist onto her hip. My hand goes here under the armpit. As I want to bring her up, so we're going to do this movement together. I'm going to bring myself up and I'm going to bring Daniel with me. And here, this leg that I have in front of her face, here, behind her shoulder. Just want to step like this. I'm going to control my own wrist. And from here, everyone, chest on her tricep. As I bring myself up, I'm gonna pull her arm out, okay? From here, I'm gonna place her hand here behind her hip and slowly driving her hand towards my foot to get the submission. Okay, everyone? The other side. Let's do it like this. So, I'm here, I'm controlling Daniel. I'm trying to go, First I extend the leg, then I'm gonna go for the Americana, and she's gonna hide the hand in front of the hip. Controlling the wrist, my hand under her armpit. As I bring myself up, I'm gonna bring her up, stepping here behind her shoulder. I grab my own wrist, connect my chest to her arm, so I can bring her arm with my body and not with my arms, okay? My body's strong, my arms are weak. So as I bring myself up, boom, I break her grip, her hand behind the hip, slowly towards my foot, and I have the Kimura. Okay? Let's move forward to another variation, everyone. Okay, everyone. So I'm gonna show a variation from this Kimura. What I'm going to do is deal with my opponent when my opponent is, let's say, really strong and really holding tight and I cannot break my opponent's grip. Okay, we have a few solutions that we can use. all right? And I want to switch first to armbar, okay? So what is gonna happen? I'm gonna be here with Dani, starting on the side control. Let's say that I started attacking the Americana. She hit the hand in front of the hip. I control the wrist, my arm, my hand under her armpit. I bring her up, and I went for the Kimura. And here, I'm trying to free her arm, but she's super tight, and this is not working. So what I want to do here, everyone, is just switch for armbar. So what is important for me? If I want to have an armbar, it is important that I keep the control here of her shoulder. So this knee that I have up stays up. I'm not going to drop my knee on the floor. Otherwise, she can, when I go for the armbar, she can bring her body over my leg, and I'm going to lose the position. So I want to keep my shin blocking her knee, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the grip that I have on her arm, and I just want to move my hip that is pointing to the right, to the left, and I'm going to sit, okay? From here, I'm going to keep the control of her hand. If she is not actually defending a lot, I can simply extend her arm and go for the armbar. But I know that Dania is doing her best not to let me extend her arm. So this grip that I have on the wrist, I'm gonna let go, okay, because my hand against her wrist is not gonna be so effective. What I want to do, everyone, is fight with the strongest part of my arm against the weakest part of hers. Okay, so the strongest part of my arm here is going to be my forearm, and the weakest is the wrist. So I'm gonna bring my forearm under her wrist, I'm gonna grab my own head, and here I'm gonna drop on my shoulder, already with the arm extended, and here I have the armbar. Very important, people, her thumb pointing up, the armbar goes like this, okay, everyone? So it's important for us to keep this idea that the pressure is always against the thumb. So thumb pointing up, I keep the control, hip up, and I have the arm. One more time. I'm here with Dania. I first tried the Americana. She hit the hand in front of the hip and went for the Kimura that we just saw, but I couldn't free the arm. I'm trying, super tight. My knee behind the shoulder, always up. Now my hip is pointing to the left. I just want to switch my hip that is pointing to the left, to the right. So I'm gonna keep my hip low and just sit behind her shoulder here. Very important, people, to keep the pressure, the leg heavy on her head. And here, if she's not defending properly, I'm just going to extend the arm and get the armbar, right? But since Daniel was defending well since the beginning, I'm pretty sure she's gonna keep the defense. And here we're going to do the same. I keep the pressure, okay? Now I let go of the wrist. As long as I have her elbow trapped, she's not getting away, okay? I'm gonna keep the control that I have, keep myself tight, and now this hand here is gonna go. I'm gonna go all the way until I can bring my forearm here behind her wrist. From here, people, most of the time as I do this, I'm already breaking her grip and isolating her arm. But here, just to make it super tight, let's say that my opponent's super strong, I'm gonna bring my forearm under the wrist and I'm grabbing my own head. I'm going to drop my shoulder down already with her arm in control. From here, controlling the wrist, knees together. Here, thumb pointing up with the hip, and I have the submission. And a faster pace. We're going to do this sequence, everyone. So, I'm going to first attack the Americana. She defends, hiding the hand. I'm gonna now go for the Kimura, bringing her up, stepping, trying to get the Kimura. She defends. I'm gonna turn my hip, switching for the armbar. She's blocking, arm through, grabbing the head, dropping my body, finishing with the armbar. Okay? So, we've been seeing the positions from the sequence since Tuesday. Just make sure, guys, that you go from one to the other. Very important, everyone, to make your opponent expose the other situation. Make sure that the first submission that you try really counts, okay? What I mean by this is, if I'm here on Dania's side control, if I don't commit to this Americana, she's not gonna give me here the Kimura, defense, Dania, okay? And if I don't threaten her with the Kimura, I'm not gonna be able to get the armbar on the other side. Okay? So very important, people, make it always dangerous for your opponent so you can actually get some other opportunities. All right? Let's train one. Okay, people, so the training that we've been doing, as usual, my partner is starting on top, I'm starting on the bottom. Dania's goal is to keep her top position. She can switch to other positions if she likes, but the main goal is that she stays controlling me so she can attack, and ultimately she can get a submission. So work around here, Dania. Okay, she's gonna move to the mount, for example. I'm trying to defend, I'm trying to block. Let's say that Dania had the opportunity to go to an armbar. She finishes. Good for her. We start over, back into the side control. All right? My goal, on the other hand, is to escape this. So here, I'm gonna be trying to defend. If Dania tries to mount, I'm gonna be blocking. I'm gonna try to hip escape. Oh, I was able to place my guard back. Good for me. We start over. Or Dania's trying to do her transitions here. I'm gonna end up on top. All right? And here we can start over here back into the side control. So again, people, if you're on top, attacking every time, okay? Making sure that you don't lose your top position here. Me on the bottom, trying to defend, trying to block, making sure that she cannot get a submission, and if possible, trying to end up on top. Just escape. One of you on the bottom for 3 minutes, and then you switch, whoever's on the bottom, get on top, keeping the exercise that we've been doing. Then you guys can add some rolls afterwards. Have fun, everyone. See you guys tomorrow.